for YouTube. Okay, there we go. So, the start of this year, I have released a lot of debt. I have really kind of, I've downsized. I'm mortgage free. I'm in an amazing financial situation, and my business has taken off. It's doing better than I probably ever thought it would. Financially, things are amazing for me. Yet, I still have this deep insecurity around money. And I've been noticing it over the last couple of weeks, thinking, why is this with me? I shouldn't feel this way. I'm in a really great position and things are on the up. So, I had a reading the other day from this amazing girl called Katie, and she went straight to my business, as psychics and readers always do, because, it's such a big part of my life, big passion of mine. And, she was like drawing my attention to certain money blocks, which had already been playing around in my head. So I'll be honest, I haven't given myself so much space to sit with my own money block. But I know that it's there, and I know what I need to do about it. One of the things that came to me, because I work a lot with the chakras, I do the 7 steps, and I work a lot with my own energy and my own healing. It's difficult to do it on your own. I'll be honest, you need a facilitator. You need someone to mirror back to you the things that you can't particularly see, the shadow side and everything. Um, so I work with different types of healers, which are really beneficial for me. But obviously, I have the tools to work with my own energy as well. So, one of the things, and I'll share it with you, is to give yourself a bit of a scan, a body scan, a body check. And if you know about the chakras, you know that the chakras all contain within them a life story, a life theme. So the root is from when you were in utero to the age of 7. The sacral chakra is from 7 to 14. The solar plexus chakra is 14 to 21. The heart, 21 to 28. But the lower chakras, the root and the sacral really are the ones that take on the biggest limiting beliefs, because they're the ones that develop as children. So the root chakra, 0 to 7, we're in, they say, a theta brainwave state. So we're literally in the land of imagination. We're in a state of hypnosis. So this is when we're most easily influenced. If you think about it, when you're a child, everything is about imagination and story. We live in that eyes wide open, gazing. Everything's a movie, everything's a story. The floor is lava. Father Christmas exists, Tooth Fairy exists, monsters exists. Everything is in the imagination. And that's where our beliefs are really kind of doing the groundwork, really. They talk about the neural pathways in the brain. And once those neural pathways are made and connected, and then they fire automatically, that's it. You've got a memory, you've got a belief, basically. You've got a habit and a pattern of behavior. And because they become so solidified, when we get into our adult life and we want to change it, we find it really hard. And it's just because it's the path most trodden. So it just becomes so automatic. We think, how the hell are we ever going to change this? And also, these beliefs and these experiences can be layered as well. It's not just one belief that's created a money block, it's a multitude of beliefs that have created money blocks. And these beliefs don't necessarily need to be yours, that you've decided through your own actual experience. It's more likely that these have come from outside external influences based on their beliefs and their experiences, which have rippled into your conscious and then subconscious mind. So that's what you're working with healing, is you're working with your subconscious mind, which controls how you feel and how you act and all the automatic stuff and all the suppressed memories and things that I've got going on. But that creates an energy imbalance within your field. And that then creates a vibration that you put out and resonate on. So if you want to match, say law of attraction matches the thing that you want, that's why they say you have to raise your vibration. That's where that comes in. I'm just going to look at some of the comments. So let me know if this resonates with you so far, and if you believe that you have a money block. And I will take you through a little technique that I've just used on myself. Yeah, so Lucy says she has huge money insecurity too. She took it on from growing up with a struggling single mum. Okay, thank you for sharing that. Anybody else? So think about, Lucy, how your money insecurity takes shape. How does it play out in you? Like, how do you do money insecurity? How do you act that out in your life? Because my money insecurity and how I do money insecurity will look different to yours. So if you were to just get really specific and notice how you do money insecurity, what would that look like to you? If I was to be you for a day and you were telling me, like, today's the day you're really going to freak the fuck out and you're going to do my money insecurity story, and you've got to do X, Y, Z, and you're going to give me a brief on how I need to do, act, feel, and show up just as you. Think about all the things you would tell me to be and to behave. Paula says, yeah, her mum had to buy clothes from the jumble sale. Maria, she says, I do. I grew up knowing that money is hard to earn. And Teresa says, it's as if she feels like she's not worthy. Totally. Definitely resonates and has money blocks for sure. So just think about those money blocks, because it's all right saying that, yeah, I know I've got a money block, but just as, we do when we work with the archetypes, and Jo says she was brought up with money doesn't grow on trees mindset. Yeah, she felt like she always had to be pulling her weight financially. And Lucy says, it makes me panic. I feel like unless I have more than enough, then I will run into trouble. Yeah, I understand. And just think about, this goes for everybody. Think about what your money story looks like, your money block looks like, all the things that you're saying. How does that energy then project out through you now? How do you project that insecurity into your daily life and your business life, and how you treat yourself? In fact, what might be helpful, and I'm going to do this with you, is if you close your eyes and let's just bring to mind what it looks like when we're in our money block problem. Just imagine yourself in the middle of the problem and how you act, how you feel, how your mind goes, how your body goes. So for me, when I can see myself in the middle of this kind of money story, my mind is racing. My mind is racing all over the place. It's like it's free falling, it almost feels like I'm a doll and somebody's let me go and I'm scrabbling to try and catch on to something to save me. And how that looks like in my daily life is I'm on edge, I'm busy. If the kids ask me a question, it's snappy. I'm panicky and I want to reach out to my team and I want to send a message going, have we done this? Is this done? Is this done? And it's really high frazzled energy that I can see myself in. So what did you guys see or notice about yours? Teresa says, for example, I always freely pay others their worth, but when I'm charging, I'm always undercharging. Hate talking about how much I charge for my services. I try not to, but always catch myself doing this. My heart is racing, says Maria. I feel like I'm going to die if I don't have money. It feels helpless and hopeless. Paula says, mine feels depressing and I'm full of despair. Lucy says, I felt frozen, panic, mind racing to think what I can do, catastrophizing. And it's interesting, isn't it? Because if you ask yourself on a real conscious level, when have you been in that situation where it's been life or death about money? Has anybody actually been in the situation where, I mean, maybe some of you have, you know, Jo says she feels tension in the sacral and mind is racing, constantly overthinking financial opportunities or a quick fix. Teresa said, I had a feel of dread that no one will think I'm worth it, almost like, who on earth do I think I am? I don't deserve or know what I'm doing, not good enough. Yeah. So these stories that we tell ourselves, has any of them, and I'm just curious, I'm not telling you that they haven't happened, and genuinely curious to know if any of these beliefs that you have they ever come true for you? And maybe they have. I don't know. I'm genuinely asking the question because I'm interested. Jesus says, not that I can think of. Laugh out loud. Okay, so in our adult life, that story may not be true, but in our childhood life, that story may have appeared somewhere. Lucy says, not life or death. They have prevented me from moving forwards. Yeah. So those stories have had to take a root and, you know, the seed had to be planted somewhere. Quite often as an adult, you know, we can rationalize more clearly about situations and we can say, okay, I've learned from that and I won't do that again. But when there's a root cause belief and it stems way, way back and it's multifaceted, meaning there's other situations and experiences and people that have been involved in us shaping our belief system around ourselves and around what we deserve, then we believe those stories to be true to the point it feels like life or death. Paula says, I was in dire straits once but got through it as I had a good friend with me and things worked out. Always spurred me on to be more successful in my old career, says Jo. But a problem now, I want to follow my passion. And Maria says, yeah, not to the point of life or death, just the feelings of hopelessness. And Teresa says, in adult life, not true. But yes, as a child, there wasn't very much money, and my mum worked all hours to put food on the table. I also had clothes from jumble sales or bought from friends, hand me downs. Yeah. So, what are all those experiences pushing you towards or forcing you to run away from? So, it feels like a fear-based belief where you're running away from poverty, then that can be not so helpful in the long run. What we want to give ourselves is a feel good goal, something that we feel very much drawn towards. Because when we think about, is this a fear-based belief or is this a feel-good belief? Because when it's a fear-based belief, we're often running away from something. And, a lot of what we're saying here is we're running away from a level of poverty that we've perceived and, or we've experienced, and it's not been very good for us in our life. And we're running away from that. But running away in fear, will never motivate you in the right way, in a healthy way, because you will always fear that. But when you swap that and you decide to give yourself a feel good goal and create some feel good beliefs around it, then you can align to that feel good goal. So imagine getting out of bed in the morning and swapping a fear based belief of, I need to be good, because if I'm not good, I won't be successful in my business. If I'm not successful in my business, I am going to be XYZ destitute. Imagine swapping that for something that is purpose driven, where you appreciate the gifts that you have to offer. And remember, every one of us is different. We all have a different set of gifts to offer, but something that fulfills your purpose, that makes you feel in alignment to service, that gives you a sense of feeling fulfilled, because who you are and what you have to offer is good enough, because your intention behind it is good. Does that make sense? I've got no clue where all this is coming from, by the way, but obviously it's important for me to say it. So if you were to swap your current fear-based belief for something that was the opposite, but actually felt true, because quite often when we do affirmations, quite often we say them because we know it's good. Hi there. We say affirmations because we know they're good, and we're like, yeah, I really want this to be the case, but I'm just going to say it and see if it happens, that type of thing. But if we were to get really honest about our fear-based belief and try and turn that around to something that was so simple and so authentic and so true, cut through any bullshit. I'm not saying you bullshit on purpose, but cut through any cliche jargon bullshit. Let me just put it that way. Any spiritual cliche jargon bullshit that you might want to come up with when you're creating an affirmation for yourself. Because if it's not completely true and it doesn't feel true and it's not simple and it's not authentic, then you just won't believe it. So there's no point doing it. So if you could think of something that was really simple and authentic and really felt true for you, that would help get you up and spur you on to be successful and to feel successful, do you know what that would be? Hi, Maureen. Okay, hopefully some of you will answer that question, or maybe you won't. That's totally fine. So I'm going to take you through just a really short visualization technique. Lucy says, I'm making small steps on the right path, which is taking me in the right direction. I love that. Yeah, Teresa, it is a difficult one, isn't it? It's not easy to get totally authentic with yourself. I'm trying to think what I would say. Just give me a minute. What would mine look like? Mine would be something around being worthy and being enough and deserving. It is a difficult one, and I'd have to think about it. Money is serving me well. Yeah, it shouldn't be, but sadly it is. It is difficult, Teresa. You need to sit with these things. Yeah, something around yeah, visualization I was getting the other day. How I feel good about money is I have to see money as coming in and going out. I have to know that I can do good with the money. And I'm not saying bloody evangelistic or anything like that, but I like to have money coming in and going out in a healthy way. Obviously, I don't want to lose everything that I've got. But I like to see money as flowing through me. Okay, so that would be an affirmation. Money flows through me for the greater good. Something like that. Paula says, looking at past success and trusting I'm safe. Yeah. All right. So let's just see where these money blocks are in your body, because it will talk to you and you will find out where it is. And when you find out where it is, you'll know. Well, we'll do some work around it. You tell me. Take you 2 minutes. All right. So just tune into your body. Tune into your body. Just do a little body scan again. And this time I want you to go through the chakras. So I want you to ask your higher self, whoever you talk to get intuitive messages. If it feels right, open up your crown chakra, connect to source, higher self, and just say, show me my money block. Where is my money block? And then just tune in, go through each chakra, the root, the sacral, the solar plexus, the heart, the throat, third eye, crown. You can even ask them to switch a light on, makes it flash or whatever, so it gets your attention as to where your money block sits. What chakra is it in? And let me know when you get that. Sacral, sacral. Sacral. Feels like in my heart and throat chakra, says Maria. Sacral, says Joe. Throat for Maureen. Okay. Now the sacral is such a big money area. Obviously, all the chakras like come into play. The throat is where you kind of create your reality through your vibration of the spoken word, which can be out loud or internally spoken. The heart, um, the heart is about aligning to your kind of spiritual higher values, trusting, unconditional love, forgiveness. Throat is about authenticity and communication. So just think about now, because it's a sacral for me too. Just think about now how your money block, or tune back into that flashing light or that chakra, and just ask what that energy looks like. Just tune into that money block energy. And as you all described before, how it plays out in your physical reality, just tune in and just check in. How does it actually feel in your body? Because you're just projecting what you're feeling, in your energy field. So how does it actually feel in your body? For me, as I said before, it feels very erratic. What else does it feel? It feels very fucking needy. Fuck me, it feels so needy. Wow, okay, I'm gonna write that down. Shit. Teresa says it feels dark, dense, and fear. Okay, Lucy says like it's open too much. Feels like it's a tight ball and it's scared. Okay. Okay, so I'll keep my eye on the comments. All right, so what we want to do now is, Lucy says it feels like it's out of control. Joe says dense, murky, but kept getting womb connection. And Maria says fear. Okay. So what we want to do now is we want to give ourselves what it is we need. So that energy that feels like it's out of control, it's dense, it's murky, it's fear-based. We want to tune into that and we want to ask ourselves, what does it need? This more than likely stems back to some experience or set of experiences where it's left you with some kind of unresolved trauma. And trauma doesn't have to be, big, crazy trauma. It can be very subconscious. Somebody else has experienced adversity, poverty, and it's, you felt those effects. So just think about what that energy needs. So, for example, this energy within me, what does it need? It needs to feel that it's in control, that there's a stability with it. I need to feel stable in that area of the sacral chakra. More than anything, it needs love and nurturing. And it needs fucking stability. It needs guidance. It needs mentoring. It needs support. It needs understanding. It needs a mother's love. And it needs security in the form of emotional security. Let's just have a look at the archetype card. So write your notes, write what's coming up for you, and let me just look at some archetypes. Needs so much love, emotional security, and freedom. Yeah. Okay, so the archetype card, I'm going to pull one for each of you. The archetype card I just pulled for myself is this. The mystic revels in intimate union with the divine. The shadow is delusional rapport with the divine. So that's where an imbalance can occur, actually. So I am going to take that on board, because what that's saying to me, because the sacral is the seat of fertility, it's the seat of abundance, it's the seat of creativity. When our sacral chakra is forming, we are comparing ourselves, we are looking out, and we are seeing who accepts us or who doesn't accept us. Therefore, we form a level of self-worth on ourselves based on this area. So let's see. So Teresa, let's have a little look. So we've got the damsel. Understanding the nature of healthy romance inspires you to rely on yourself. Shadow, waiting for a knight to provide for you, seduction by romantic illusion. So tuning into the light attributes of a damsel, understands the nature of healthy romance, knows boundaries, and well, it doesn't say that, I'm just interprets you to rely on yourself and your own power, I guess. So Joe, angel. Light, helping those in need with no expectation of return. Shadow, acting innocent or angelic to mislead others, falsely claiming to be in touch with angelic guidance. So tuning into the light, helping those in need with no expectation of return. Hi, Lisa. Okay, Maria. You get the mystic too. So light reveals an intimate union with the divine, and shadow, delusional rapport with the divine. So tuning into the light, revel in intimate union with the divine. See. Father. Light attributes talent for creating and supporting life, positive guiding light within a tribal unit. Shadow, dictatorial control, abusive authority. So tuning into the light, this is a talent for creating and supporting life, positive guiding light within a tribal unit. Okay. So think about the ways in which you can give your chakra, whichever one it came up, and all the energy that you feel around it. Just ask it what it needs, because you need to provide that to yourself consciously and energetically, because otherwise you're going to be trapped in this perpetual subconscious cycle. So if you can really understand what it is, the story that's playing out, and for me there'll be multiple stories that have created this sacral chakra money block. A lot of it's around deserving, worthiness, stability is the biggest one really for me, I think. So for me, I'm going to have to consciously tune in to that now on a daily basis, probably multiple times a day, to check in with that energy and just to see what it needs from me in the moment. Because if we're not aware, it's just on its subconscious merry-go-round. and it will cause problems, big problems. So for me, it's about stability, and I'm going to take on board the archetype card. Paula, did I pull a card for you? Oh, you went, didn't you? Let me pull a card for you. So, seeing you pop back in now. So this is an archetype card. So you get the rebel. So light attributes, challenges authority to effect social change, rejects spiritual systems that do not serve inner needs. Shadow, rejects legitimate authority out of anger, rebels out of peer pressure or fashion. Okay, so tune into the light attributes of the rebel archetype. Challenges authority to effect social change. Rejects spiritual systems that do not serve inner needs. Okay. If you guys have time, I don't know how long I've been on, I will look at some of the emotions that are within the sacral, the throat, the heart, for everybody that has joined. So I'm going to use the pendulum now. So just give me a minute just to... Okay, so I'm going to just get all the emotions. This is for everybody, especially those who've said they feel the block is in the sacral chakra. So we're just going to see what emotions are there. I'm not going to name who they're for because it's just take too long. I'm just going to find them. So how many are we working with in the sacral chakra? Okay, so we're working with 4. So one of them is unemotional. The other one is being a doormat. And you might know which ones are for you, but it's fine. I can't be seen. That's just really resonated with me. Shit, that's just really resonated with me a lot. Okay, last one, is it? And then we've got lack of luster. Teresa says, me too. That just hit me big time. I can't be seen. Yeah, okay. And then we had girls saying throat and heart, didn't we? So let's have a look in the heart. Getting a bit of let's have a look. Okay, so hang on, let me just see. Is it are they together? So somebody may have experienced betrayal and isolation The two are intertwined, and that's in the heart chakra. Looking for another one. Is that in there? And the other one is rejection. So they're the two emotions for the heart. So let's have a look at the throat. Okay, so okay. There's two that I'm thinking are for the throat chakra, and that is can't stand up for myself and scandal. Does that resonate with anyone who said about the throat? Lisa, we've done, you might want to catch the replay. So we're looking at money blocks, and we just did a little visualization to see what chakra that might lie in. Am I frozen? So just we've gone through a bit of a money story, and if that resonates with you, a money block, I can do an archetype card, but it's good for you to watch the replay, and let me know if any of those emotions resonated with anyone. Hi, Alison. So the throat again, Maria, is about authenticity. It's about being able to speak your truth, speak your message. But it's a bit more than that, really. The chakras are layers of your spiritual and physical self, if you like. And within them, they contain stories. So the root chakra is our first story around our sense of belonging, safety, security, our foundations. It's where our goal achievement lives, if you like. It's our roots and how strong we feel. So that early story, that early childhood conditioning around those themes and more filter up into the sacral chakra when that opens and develops between 7 to 14. This is generally where the beliefs can start. They start in the root and then they seep their way up into the energy of the sacral chakra. And these chakras are energy centers, and we project out through these energy centers into what we see as our reality. And our reality is an accumulation of our thoughts, feelings, and behaviors. But those thoughts, feelings, and behaviors are based on beliefs about who we are. And in the Soul Awakening Academy, we work a lot with archetypes, which is why I'm pulling archetype cards for you now, because archetypes are characters, they're roles, they're energetic roles that we play. So this money story that we have, that we talked about in the beginning, it's a role that you do. So when I said, how does it look like to do you in money insecurity with Lucy? We play a role when we're in that money story. So working with an archetype can help you to empower you to take on a new role, to help you live your life through the lens of that empowered archetype. I'm working a lot with archetypes with the 7 steps and 7 steps of spiritual alchemy. There's an archetype and visualization that we can use to tune in and heal and balance every chakra from root to crown. And it's about recreating your life. It's about understanding your story and recreating your life by being able to tap into and use the guidance of your power archetype. So today, your power archetype, I can't remember what it was, but that's a message that you can use to tune into that. So mine was mystic, being in union with the divine, So for me, that helps me bring balance into that instability that I said I felt in the sacral chakra. So the throat for you is all about you speaking your truth, but that has to not just come from anywhere. It has to have followed those chakra steps, those chakra unfoldments. The story starts in the root. So if you think about your early conditioning and then how that shaped the way that you live your life, thinking about how you show up, how you project yourself into the world, with what you say, the job that you're in, the communication, the message, the way that you speak. Do you hold back? Are you overly opinionated? How does that money story come out through your throat chakra? It could be that you play small, you don't stand up for yourself, or the opposite could be true because you're defending yourself from something. How does it resonate with you, Maria? Okay, so Lisa, did you want me to pull an archetype card, or because I can, but it's totally up to you. Okay, so with the emotions that I've just pulled out for you, let's see if they resonate with you. I know some of them have resonated quite a lot. Lucy, I can't be seen. Teresa, I can't be seen. Me, massively, that hit home to me then. I can't be seen. All of this is just bringing something to your awareness that you can consciously and spiritually work on. And by spiritually, I mean going in and doing the work, not trying to solve a problem with a mind solution. It's going in and saying, okay, what do I need to know about this? Where does it stem back to? And where is the unhealed trauma that I now need to give to myself and heal myself energetically? Because that's all you can do when it's a past thing. It's an energy feeling that will help you overcome the current feelings you have that are keeping you stuck. You resonate with the betrayal and isolation and rejection. Okay. Paula, I did pull a card for you and it was the Rebel. So just watch the replay. So think about that. It's your responsibility to heal your life. And you do that first through bringing awareness about what that might be, and then doing the inner work, which I call spiritual work. So I will let you go because I've been waffling for too long. But if anybody has any questions, just write them in the comments and I will get back to them. But continue to do the visualization. Keep checking in with the chakra. What is it saying to you? How is it playing out? Where do you need to give yourself some self-healing energetically? And the way to do that is to tune in, find out how that energy is manifesting and projecting itself. You all wrote down a lot of stuff there about how that energy is playing out. So think about what you need to give yourself. If you imagine the sacral chakra could only be 7 years old, it could be 7 to 14 years old. Think about what was going on. It's an immature energy. It just needs something from you that only you can provide it with. And although we reach out externally to find the solutions to our problems, it has to come from the head and the heart, the spiritual aspect of you. Maria says, can you share more about the spiritual work to heal the energy? I certainly can. I'm just working on a book at the minute, Maria, called The 7 Steps to Spiritual Alchemy. And it's full, jam-packed of healing techniques to work on each chakra. And you'll get to discover your own chakra story in each of your chakras. You'll get to know what archetype's been playing out in your relationships, in your success, in your goal achievement, in your foundations, in all areas of your life, in every chakra. You'll get to see the story, the archetype that's played out and possibly hindered you or helped you, we'll see, and how to turn that around. and to access a power archetype that you can use to pivot your life and shape it and to the way that you know want it to be. Lucy says, I can't wait for your book. Exciting. Yeah, it is exciting. It's a long time coming. I'm excited about it. So working on it now. So I'll let you go, guys. Probably been waffling on for ages and I will be back soon. Take care. Bye.